So I graduated from Chico State in 2014. Shout out to my Wildcats. And like many in my generation, I had to take out student loans to pay for it, especially when my Pell Grants got cut, because how else are you going to pay for school when your federal aid gets cut? And this just lets you know that the debt crisis is worse than you think. I mean, check out this article from MarketWatch. It says America's student loan debt grows $2,726 every second. Yo, that is crazy. All right, let's go into the article. The outstanding balance of the nation's student loans is growing by an estimated $2,726 every second, according to StartClass, an education data site. As policymakers and pundits debate ways to tackle Americans' $1.2 trillion in student loan debt, this student loan debt clock provides a window into the growing risk to the economy, as well as to student loan borrowers and their families. Now, about 40 million Americans are carrying some student loans, and about 70% of students graduate college with debt. And when I was actually doing research on this, that number is actually going to increase from 1.2 trillion to 2 trillion by 2022. Yo, that is next level stuff right there. Guys, when I talk about this amongst my friends, it's not uncommon to hear their student loan debt be in the six-figure range. You know, I got $100,000 in debt. I got 120. I got 130. And it wasn't always like this. I mean, take your parents, for example. They would work a summer job, and then they would save up a couple $100, and their tuition would be covered for the entire year. And you fast forward to now, the cost of an undergraduate education is now 12 times higher than it was 35 years ago. And just to put that in perspective, the cost of medical care, 6 times higher. Housing and food, 3 times higher. And this mountain of debt keeps people from doing things like, starting a family, buying a home, and taking risk on starting a new business. And it also shows the growing problem of wealth inequality and social mobility. Those things like buying a home and starting a business, that would usually move you from low income to middle class to wealthy. And now, because of the debt crisis, people are holding off on those things. And as far as wealth inequality, this shows that wealthier families have a head start because they're able to graduate from college debt-free and don't have to worry about that student loan debt after they graduate. So now a place like Canada has the American dream more than America. I mean, they have a higher rate of people with degrees. They have a higher rate of home ownership than America. And they have longer life expectancy. I mean, they have lower tuition costs, and they also provide health care to all their citizens. So the rag to riches story is happening less in the U.S. and more in other countries like Canada, Norway, Sweden, and other European countries. And this is why a politician like Bernie Sanders wanted to make colleges and universities tuition free. And you'll always see him on television. We got to make colleges affordable so that every American that has the ability can go. And if we can bail out Wall Street can bail out the American people. And he actually introduced a bill that would eliminate tuition costs at public colleges and universities, where federal funding for education has been on a consistent decline. And they always ask him, how are you going to pay for it? How are you going to do this? Well, if we put a tax on Wall Street speculation, which would probably be like 0.5%, a very small amount, we can cover the cost of tuition at public colleges and universities. But we don't even have to do that. I don't know if you guys realize how much money we're spending on the military, but I talked about it in my previous podcast. And we just increased our military in 1 year by $80 billion. So we can definitely cover tuition at public colleges and universities. You know how much Germany pays? 0. You know how much Denmark pays? 0. Freaking Slovenia, they pay $0.